The daily White House press briefing just wrapped up a few moments ago with Sean Spicer discussing the impact of the spending bill for conservatives. Listen.
What do you say to conservatives who feel like they didn't get a whole lot out of this spending bill?
The president got a lot out of this bill, most specifically $21 billion to help rebuild the military. I think that is something that he was very proud to campaign on. And is delivering on. That's probably the biggest thing. With respect to border security, he got $1.52 billion. I mean, I think on the Planned Parenthood thing in particular, you know, but again, remember, this is 2017 funding. This is something that he wouldn't normally even have had a shot at.
Jessica Tarlov is a Democratic strategist and senior director of research at Bustle.com. Mercedes Schlapp is a Republican strategist and a former spokesperson for President George W. Bush. Good to see both of you. Jessica,
hey,
what did you make of that exchange coming out of the White House just a few minutes ago?
Well, I was wondering what Sean Spicer's excuse was going to be about the funding bill, and I hadn't thought of going back to saying, oh, this is something he shouldn't have even been dealing with when he's been talking 4 months ad nauseum about how we're going to get the funding for that wall. It's going to happen. We're going to defund Planned Parenthood. Sanctuary cities, they're out. Well, guess what? None of that came true. So I was marveling at the spin from Sean Spicer there, but I don't think anyone's buying it. It's a big disappointment for conservatives.
Mercedes, what didn't conservatives get in this?
Well, let me explain. I'm a conservative, and I'm not necessarily completely disappointed with the spending bill because of the fact that we are increasing $21 billion in military spending. And guess what? This is one of the budgets that you don't have to offset that increase by increases in domestic spending like they've done in the past. And then secondly, on the border security front, the $1.52 billion is also a step in the right direction in ensuring border security and increasing enforcement in that area. Now, would you want to see, obviously, the defunding of Planned Parenthood? Absolutely. But at this point, I think that that's something that could be left for the health care bill. And secondly, I think that there was limited time for negotiation to get this through. I do believe on the wall, which is, I think, is the tougher part, is the fact that the Republicans on the Hill are pretty lukewarm about putting money into that border wall. And I think that next year the president's going to really have to be aggressive on that note. But the president's priority was to ensure that the government didn't shut down. That was fine. And I think from a conservative standpoint, it wasn't perfect, but definitely a couple steps in the right direction.
All right, Jessica, how does this play out politically?
Well, I think the Democrats will consider this a victory, and I take Mercedes' point, and I would add that she's one of the more reasonable Republicans out there. So I think that there are those further to the right of her who are going to be fuming about this after there were so many campaign promises that have not been coming true. So Democrats will gloat. That'll last us a few hours. We'll go to the next battle. We'll see what happens with this health care vote. The last tally I saw, there are already 22 no's from the conservatives, and we'll
the
see
White
how
House
they can
said they're
deal.
getting closer and closer.
The White House
they wouldn't
also
set a
said that
timeline,
the first time.
Good to have both of you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Sandra.
Good to see you.